too. Knows about the grind. Yeah, bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. Welcome to another edition of EST Afternoons with Joaquin Gage, Zachary Kubish, and myself, Ben Thomson, filling in for Hernan Salas, who is recovering from a marathon. Did you guys know he was running yesterday?
Oh, my God. Did we ever?
Oh, yeah. Talked about it all week. So he's recovering today, so I'll be stepping in for him on EST Afternoons. If you are listening to us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or Edmonton Sports Talks audio player, we greatly appreciate it. If you're over on YouTube, make sure to get into the Nasty Chat. If you're listening to us on our audio streams, you can text us, 780-218-9999. That is the River Creek Resort and Casino inbox. Tap 25 restaurants, 50% off the entire menu, available 7 days a week from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. We have a great show for you. We'll lay it out in a little bit. We'll get into our weekends in a couple minutes. But I have to do this off the top of the air.
Okay.
Zach, let's handle this.
Just rip the Band-Aid off. Just get it done.
Let's handle this now. Gager, this guy's a character.
It was as you know, Benny, I come in here and usually I make myself lunch, right?
So, always do. Always in the kitchen. We
and so I go in there and I see Zach come in. Just in here for a sec, Gager. Like, that's okay, Zach. Do what you need to do. But then I see him grab the can opener, and I was just like, what? And goes straight to the tuna. And as soon as you crack that thing, it just fills up the whole kitchen. Fine, whatever. That's okay. Yep. Being healthy. Gets it in the big salad bowl and mixes it all in. I'm like, okay, Zach, that's all right. But then just puts the can in the sink, leaves it in there, right? There's fish bits everywhere in the sink. And I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. I'll make sure this gets done. But then just the smell.
The smell, man.
Afterwards. And then the bowl just gets left in the kitchen afterwards. And I was just like, man, it's tough to. I don't want to do it. I think you'll get reprieve today, Zach, from a new handle, but you don't want to be known as Fish Boy. Right?
You don't.
I really don't. Now, I appreciate you cleaning it, Gager. And usually when I bring sinks in or a bowl in, place a bowl in the sink at home, usually it disappears. So I thought something like
you
that.
got the magic sink at home?
Just kidding. But I didn't want to get in your way. In all honesty. You want to enjoy your meal, and then I do the cleanup after, so I get the reward. But I know for other people coming in, it could be a little different. So I'm sitting here now. I could smell the fish. Something was fishy. and Gager, I'm going to be honest. You're pretty efficient in the kitchen. So I'm just going to get all my puns out of the way.
It was just funny because, if you can leave stuff at times, everyone has. Yes, but. You can't leave tuna.
The worst.
I meant well, though. I had the tuna can.
I get it.
Yeah. I put water in the tuna can, trying to let it soak a little bit. Try and get the smell out.
You actually have to wash it. Like, you really have to. Because then it just goes
it's going to come back.
And then you open up the garbage and then get pounded again.
Yeah. I had my process. I was even going to bring the can home. I was going to put it in a sealed container and bring it home because I didn't want it to stay here. I'm trying to evolve in my steps. Sometimes there's some missteps. And for you guys not knowing what goes on in my weird, strange head at all times, I had my system rolling.
It's unique.
It may have gotten in the way of some enjoyment. But hopefully the pizza smell that you made, that homemade pizza.
I think it came out fine. Your pizza came along.
It was okay.
Didn't distract you at all.
Yeah, it was fine. But no, it's there was some effort. You need a better can opener too.
Yeah, I'm finished with that one.
So
done.
Go get a new can opener, and then let's just make sure we wash those things.
Yeah, didn't help that I spilled the juice.
And the juice spillage. You got to get on that.
Yeah, that's
right away.
I did. I got the.
There's some Lysol cleaner underneath, so wipe that.
That always does the trick.
Yeah.
Big Uke in the Nasty Chat says, too bad Coop cannot delete smells in the office like you delete SD noms. Well, that. Matawanik on the EST account. Tuna should be open at home, never in office. Everything needs to be washed once finished. Old Gil, that needs to go in the outside garbage instantly. Yeah,
I was saying that to Benny. I'm like, okay, I'm getting too much flack for enjoying tuna. I don't know what I like about it. It's easy. It's quick, man. You just open a can. I'm a lazy guy. Okay, I just want food when I want it. I don't want it made. Don't want to wait for it. So I almost have to just go.
I'm that way too. It's just
outside.
like there's other options, man. I understand you're trying to get your protein in. It's a great protein source, but
I don't think
trying to get my
tuna's lazy. Like you got to open the can.
No, yeah, there's easier stuff to do, and it doesn't smell bad, and it doesn't taste bad, and it's just the whole deal, man.
Well, I was telling Gager, my uncle was a Boilermaker for over like 50 years or something, but for years he would bring oysters and sardines to work, so especially the smell of sardines. Yeah, and his I think his whole office had to sit him down and say, buddy, have an intervention, a sardine intervention. So we're almost nearing that, I think, at the EST office. But I gotta start tailing off with the tuna usage.
It's really tough eating a tuna salad outside at -40 in the winter, Coop. So.
Especially when I don't have the key in the back door to come in.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, I'm done.
Jay Milne, the smell was absolutely overwhelming. That's enough, fish boy. K Berg, might as well eat a bar of soap if you eat tuna. Yeah, very true.
Jay Milne, # no fish in the office. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, probably got the best breath around the office. Tuna, mustard, and coffee.
Yeah, no, you should probably invest in some gum.
Good thing you guys are sitting over there.
I recommend. Yeah, but whatever. You're off the hook today, Coop.
Thank you.
That's what. Gager, what'd you get up to over the weekend, man? How'd you spend it?
You know what? One thing I did was I watched a series of movies that I'd always wanted to watch.
Knocked off the list a little bit.
Yeah, the 28 Years Later.
Okay.
And the Bone Temple.
Oh,
they're zombie movies.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
They were good because they, if I remember correctly, 28 Years Later came out, and then the Bone Temple, and they essentially feed right into one another. It's like a sequel. That it's a really good.
Wow. The lead actor
is Ralph Fiennes in the Bone Temple. He's in the 28 Years Later.
Right.
And then the
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah. Well, there's I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
But he was in the original one. Right. Okay. So, but it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it, and hit the Fringe on Sunday. Took Boone.
Nice. Oh,
Boone down to the Fringe. He was the belle of the ball, and just kind of worked, and that was it, man.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, we I didn't catch any of the EST stuff really on Thursday or Friday. I was down in Coeur d'Alene, Spokane area with the family. So I went down there, got Silverwood. I know Dusty was there a couple weeks ago, so I was at Silverwood with the family and stuff, and then went shopping on Saturday. I got a new tattoo. I don't know, Zach, if you have the picture up. I'll give you. I got a new tattoo.
Look at you.
Yeah. So when
do it yourself?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like
go to prison.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, it's a funny story actually, because we're in the mall, and so I see this tattoo idea on Instagram Reels a couple days before, and I was like, that's sweet. I'd get that. And I like the meaning behind it and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it not coming up, Zach?
Where'd you send it?
On your phone. I texted it to you.
Ah, yeah, the image that you texted me.
Yeah,
totally, yeah.
Yes. There you go, that guy. So we're in the mall, and my dad and I are walking. It's just him and I, and then so we have my two sisters and their boyfriends with my mom, and we're separate from them in the mall, and we're walking past a tattoo shop. And my dad goes, your sisters are going to get tattoos. I just know it. Whatever. So eventually we go to the food court area. My mom runs over and she goes, your sisters and their boyfriends are getting tattoos right now. And I was like, hey, okay, well, this is my calling. It's about my turn. So I went and got this tattoo. Zach will show it in a little bit here. It's a Sonder tattoo.
A Sonder?
Yeah, Sonder. The definition of Sonder is like the realization of realizing that everyone around you lives a vivid and complex life like your own. So it's just a reminder, like everyone has their own story, basically, and everyone's their own main character. So, that's kind of what I mean. And then also, I play it off into a couple different meanings. There's some movement in it. Obviously, I'm a guy that cannot sit still. Like I'm sure everyone in this office knows, and everyone that knows me well enough knows I can't sit still for a long period of time. So I'm a guy that is always moving. So I feel like that's kind of like what that also means as well. My mind's racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour as well. So it kind of like there's multiple different tie-ins there into the tattoo. So it's my second one ever. Eventually, I think I'll get a sleeve.
Are you going to incorporate it all in?
Yeah. Like I'll get stuff that like I think is meaningful to me around my right arm, and then once it's kind of like all spaced out, I'll just fill.
You're
it
going to
in
need
with
electrolysis on that arm too. A bear in here.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. Yeah, so yeah, Zach's
There it
have that
is.
up right now. Yeah, that was fresh after the guy tattoo. Shout out to Cam out in Spokane. I'm sure you're listening. He was the guy that.
It looks different.
Yes.
It looks like an outdoor hockey game.
Yeah,
right
a little
here.
bit. Yeah,
But,
with some sticks and stuff. Yeah.
But,
So
it's good.
Yeah, so that's what I was up to over the weekend. Didn't get to catch the Elks game, but read about it after, saw the 10-minute recap. Did you catch the Elks game?
Yes, I watched the first half, and then I had to do something. Came back and looked at the score in the fourth, and I was like, "Jeez,
you missed the action in the back half there, man." Big win, man. Big win for the Double E. That's a huge bounce back game. I mean, you lose to the Riders, you lose to the Alouettes. Those are two really good teams. Like you'd like to put yourself in that competition with them. They beat the Riders the week before, but the Alouettes, I mean, just that was a beatdown. So you want a big bounce back game. First half wasn't fantastic, and then
I thought it was good. I thought it was okay.
It was solid.
Yeah,
and then the second half, you really took off. The defense came alive, and that was awesome to see.
I thought that just watching Fajardo,
right?
I felt he was surgical with his in the first quarter there. I was like, wow, is he ever efficient putting the ball in? Really, there were some small windows in there.
Right.
Very confident. And this was a big kind of game to see the true character of a football team. I thought, anyways, just the way that they lost the last game. And the one before that was a close game until the end.
Right.
This is it's a sign of a top team, a bounce back, and going up against by all accounts, what we heard about the Argonauts is they're tough, physical, and they got a gunslinger that goes for the shootout. And the fact that the defense dominated that game. You look down the road, and if things go to plan, I'm looking forward to some playoff games.
This is looking good. They're trending in a direction of playing at home to start off the playoffs, which is really nice to see. Cool. That was a game that they just flat out could not lose. You got pumped against the Alouettes. You lose a nail biter against the Rough Riders the week before. This was a huge game to be like, okay, no, we're among the best of the CFL, and they take care of business against the Alouettes. You mentioned the defense. JJ Ross, 2 interceptions, forced fumble. He's going to be a guest on the Reid Wilkins Show later today with Zachary Kubish and Jay Milne being behind the desk. So I heard some of the questions you guys have ready for him. So that'll be a good segment there, Coop.
Yeah, it should be a decent one. I mean, Jay goes down to Commonwealth Stadium every once in a while. Well, for the Commonwealth Stadium Green and Gold Kickoff Show, which Reid was doing this weekend, but he's well around there during practices. So this will be the first time, though, that he will have him as an interview on the show. So get to know a little bit about him before diving into his great defensive plays and things like that in the overall season. So that should be a great time with JJ Ross. That's 340.
Yeah. So I mean, that we had over the weekend. Blue Jays, man.
That was fun, man. I love giving it to Maddie on Friday.
I love the group chat blowing.
I love it. It was what a game too.
Yeah,
just pitching duel, and then to come down to the end. Actually, my other boss Kent was in Toronto for that game.
Sweet.
He said it was just amazing.
So that was the game on the Friday.
Friday.
On the Friday.
Think,
yes.
Or no.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday, because then they played Saturday, beat them.
Yeah.
Played yesterday and lost in extra innings.
He said, "What a vibe."
Yeah.
What's it called now? Rogers Center. Rogers Center.
Yeah.
Just because all the renos, it's built for baseball now.
Yeah.
He said he went up to he didn't know where to go, and so he went to a place, and I think it's called the Corona Lounge or something, and he was like, the place was bumping.
Really?
Oh yeah, I couldn't believe it. So it's great to have a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
From such a meek, first few months of the season here where,
Right.
and it's so weird baseball, like you get to the trade deadline and you're like, do we sell it all and go for it? But now it was
kind of that weird hybrid trade deadline where they bring some guys in, ship some guys out. Like there's no Varsho, no Gosman, but they bring in like guys like Bateman. Like there's like, this is a weird trade deadline, but it's kind of working.
Yeah.
I'm very curious how it all plays out. Like I'm starting to have some hope for this team, man. Like I was the last time I was this invested into the Jays was the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
And so I was fired up watching that game yesterday. They lose in extra innings, but they come back in the bottom ninth inning to tie it.
Yeah.
So
Like I think, are they back? As one Hernan Salas says?
are they back?
I think they are, man.
Yeah.
They're getting excited. How do you not perform in front of those fans too? It's great.
It's
I love
awesome.
it.
It's awesome. They they take 3 of 4 against the Red Sox last week, and then go into the weekend, take 2 of 3 against the Yankees. Things are looking up. They're traveling to Tampa.
Doesn't get
today.
easier though.
No, it does not. They got the Rays next, so this is gonna be a huge test for them. So at 1:40, we're gonna have Ian Harrison from the Associate Press to talk about the Blue Jays. So we'll have some more Blue Jays discussion with him at 1:40. Jay Milne will be joining us after at 2:05. He hasn't had a take on the air yet about the Elks and everything. So
pent up full of stuff to say.
Ready to go. So he'll be on at 2:05. We'll talk some Oilers later on in the second hour. So we got everything covered here on EST Afternoons with myself filling in for Hernan Salas. I mean, just back to the Jays though. They're sitting 1 game back of a playoff spot. They have the Rays next. Like if you take 1 of 3.
What are they? How about they're 1.5 back of a wild card?
Just
one?
Yes, just 1.
I mean, I don't see how they can't. I think Reid and I were talking. They have to go like 700 because there's so many teams ahead of them too, right? So I really they have to go 2 or 3.
Yeah, just the whole way out because you got the Yankees after, the Royals after that, Mariners. I mean, like. Yeah, you're in a tough spot.
They didn't make it easy on themselves, but like baseball's a different beast.
Right.
I think once the confidence gets rolling, the ball becomes, a pumpkin and everything seems to flow a little bit better. The morale in the dugout seems like everyone's pumped up again. So ride the wave, man. Wouldn't it be great if they can get in? Like I don't know what they do. Yeah,
it probably wouldn't be a whole lot,
but it would be awesome.
It'd be good for the morale of the team, and they're doing it without. I mean, so Vladdy didn't play yesterday, and there's a crazy stat now with Vladdy. On this day in 2025 was the last time Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit a home run in Rogers Center in the regular season.
It's crazy that they're doing this. Imagine if he gets hot though.
That's what I mean. Like we saw him get hot in the playoffs last year. If he can catch another gear here heading into like building up for the playoffs, like it's hard not to say that they can make it in. Like their offense has not been good, but at least their defense has been solid, and obviously the pitching has done well.
Been really good.
Dylan, Dylan Cease has just been.
He's nasty.
Oh. 200 plus strikeouts, and we're in middle of August.
He's awesome. I forget the Yankees pitcher that he was going up against. His last name. What was his?
C.
Yeah. Just both those guys oozing pitching aura going out to the mound. Right. They were just so much confidence, and they were just mowing guys down. And then you get. Like I get a kick out of Alejandro Kirk, man. This guy gets up there, he's great. Not the picture of physical fitness by any, but gosh, is he good? He is just so good.
Oh yeah, he had a tough play yesterday though, where he goes into a double out. But I was reading Twitter after, everyone's like, "How can you be mad at the guy? He's been so clutch as of late." So yeah, it's been fun watching the Blue Jays, man. We'll see if they can continue it. And once again, we have Ian Harrison on at 1:40 to discuss that. We do have to take a quick timeout. Zachary Kubish will be up with the sports update. This is EST Afternoons. Presented by Play Alberta. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. If you gamble, use your game sense. On the other side of the break, we'll have Hernan's Noticias and Hull of 4. So we'll have some good discussion on the other side of the break. This is EST Afternoons. Ben Thomson, Joaquin Gage, Zachary Kubish. Zach, let's do a sports update.
Toronto Raptors news. ESPN reporting that the NBA has not discovered any evidence that LA Clippers owner Steve Ballmer funneled money to Kawhi Leonard through sponsors in an attempt to circumvent the salary cap. According to ESPN, the Clippers and the league are negotiating a resolution to Leonard's investigation, which to this point has denied his trade to Toronto. Meanwhile, 26-year-old Malachi Smith had signed an undisclosed contract in Toronto after averaging over 8 points in 15 games with the Nets last season. To baseball, 11 games on tap today in the majors, just one of which are live. Currently top of the sixth, Cardinals with a 2-1 lead on the Reds. Kicking off their doubleheader. After that, we have an AL East tilt between Baltimore and Tampa Bay, who lead the division. Later on, the Sox and Cubs showdown in the Crosstown Classic in Chicago before the Dodgers and Rockies square off. And following a 3-game series with the Yankees, the Blue Jays challenge the race on the road tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, in women's Olympic pre-qualifying action in Mexico, Canada begins group stage action. Facing Senegal at 5:30, Canada is undefeated against Senegal at 4-0. More with Ben Thomson and Joaquin Gage on the other side of the break here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubush, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Marshall Ferguson, CFL on TSN.
I mean, heck, guys, I was covering the Philpott Bowl last week. During the pregame introductions, they're like, number 85, Jalen Philpott, and the crowd popped. Like, with my headset on, and I took my headset off, I'm like, oh my God, did they just actually, like, lose their minds in a pregame introduction? That never happens in the CFL. So, homegrown heroes, to me, the Alouettes have probably got 2 of the top 5 when it comes to Tyson and Deus Alexander right now. It's just the reality.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The second half is yours. Bring the energy and walk in your seat with our new 5-game season pass, because the best way to experience Elks football is being there when it happens. For every tackle, every catch, every touchdown. Plus, every pass comes with a $25 voucher, so you're covered before you even take your seat. Half season, full energy. Get your season pass at goelks.com. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
Back to school? Really? Yay!
Really. As things settle back into a school routine in your home, you may need extra space. Sentinel Storage is here to help with a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
One moment, you're driving to work. The next, you're facing serious injuries, mounting paperwork, and insurance companies focused on their bottom line. That's where you want Rick Mallett and the team at Hammer Injury Law on your side. For more than 35 years, Rick...
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Before we go any further,
126 here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Zachary Kubush, myself, Ben Thomson filling in for Hernan Salas. We got Hernan's Noticias coming up in a little bit. We'll have the Hall of Four. Don't know the category yet, so we'll get the wheel going in a little bit and have some good discussion. What are some of the Hall of Fours you guys have done? I saw the cartoon.
We did the UFC, Face of the UFC.
Okay.
Cartoons, NHL, and we had one more, didn't we?
UFC. Did you mention that? Okay.
Yeah. So UFC, cartoon,
comedy actors.
Comedy actors.
Yes. I was
John Candy, Jim Carrey.
Because Adam Sandler was in the YouTube poll, and
I think he won. Right?
Yeah, I think he did. Take
it. I think I remember coming in for a little bit.
Right. Today is a different approach, though. It's a Coob approach.
It's a Coob approach
because usually Hernan, he's the mastermind behind it, but he said
with the wheel
Coob,
or.
With the wheel, but also with the specific category. I just come up with one in the Coob-centric mind.
Okay. Oh boy. Is it?
Yeah. It's all best kinds of fish to eat in a can.
Jeez. Best canned fish.
Oysters, sardines, tuna, and then it would be I don't even know. Just give me anything.
Oh, jeez. All righty. Okay,
can't shrimp.
Well, we'll get to Hall of 4 in a second here, but first. Benny's Noticias is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats now at goelks.com/tickets. There was some news that broke earlier today with the EA NHL video game NHL 27. Early access comes out, I believe, September 4th. So that's right around the corner. But Connor McDavid, the first player to be in the 99 club. Now, they announced it like he's the first ever, which is technically wrong. Ray Bourque in NHL 94 was 99 overall. Mario Lemieux, I believe, was in a later NHL game. He was 100 overall somehow. They did that for him. So Connor McDavid is, they're bringing back the 99 club like every other sports game usually does have their 99 club. NFL has a ton of them. But Connor McDavid, the first player in the NHL to get 99. Do you think McKinnon gets there? Or do they give McDavid his own spot?
I think they should give McKinnon 99 too.
Yeah.
Just different. But like you can adjust it so certain parts of his game are reflective of how he plays, right?
Right.
So when you play, like you play with McKinnon mostly.
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Is there a player that you play with that you like the way that they move and do things more than others?
McKinnon.
That's it?
That's my number one guy.
Really?
So it's funny. I think there's about 10 guys in the game that have their own custom stride.
Oh, really?
Yes. And so McDavid's one of them. McKinnon's one of them. Eichel's one of them. Panarin is one of them.
So they put the things on them?
Yeah. So you can adjust like, you know, how much they arch their back and how much like their chest pokes up, how much their hand that's not on the stick is waving and stuff. Like, remember how Taylor always skate back in there with his hand waving up everywhere. Like Panarin is like that in game. McKinnon's kind of like that. So there's actually an advantage with that. And so McKinnon's stride I like the most. So I like using him, and obviously like he's a high overall. So I'm good with the righties as well. Like that's my preferred handedness in games. So him, Makar, and Noticias. That's why I used Colorado for as long as I did there.
I'll let you in on a little secret. As soon as those games come out, if you're in them, you're going straight to yourself and looking at your ranking, and it is very humbling if they're not good.
Do you remember yours? Like your highest?
It's not good. I think as high as I got, I want to say 56. It could have been lower than that.
What?
Yeah, I was stacking the pads from slap shots from the far blue.
Well, at least like now, if you were to play in the NHL now, I think the worst backup like overall now is like 75.
Really?
Yeah. So if you were playing nowadays, you'd be fine. Yeah. So
I got to look up what I was before. But then I was better because later on they had European teams on there.
Yep.
And I think it was probably 2000, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
On my Swedish team, I was ranked quite high.
Oh,
on that one.
okay.
So I was better in Sweden than I was in the NHL, which isn't far from the truth.
Yeah. I wonder if they did like rankings based off of the competition around you as well. Like I'm curious if that played a role in it too. But yeah, it's different, Dev.
I found on GameFAQs FAQs.GameSpot.com
website.
Whatever website we're on here, I searched up Joaquin
Make sure you don't
Gage.
type in your credit card.
Yeah, no pop-ups have came up. Apparently for the PS2 and Xbox, NHL 2002, Joaquin Gage, you rated as a 70 overall with the Edmonton Oilers.
Hey, 7 out of 10's not bad.
Smokes.
I think the highest overall is Tommy Salo, 91.
Oh yeah, maybe.
On a quick look. That's not bad.
That's not bad
That's
at
pretty
all.
good.
That's not bad.
Ryan Smith, 85.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like you're right there.
I am right there.
You are.
I was
higher rated than Georgia LaRock in that.
I had to really tighten up the defense when I played with me in that.
Yeah.
You know that one button that you never used to block shots? I had to use it all the time.
Use it all the time. Oilers Stream OG says in the River Cree Resort Casino inbox saying, I think we need to clarify that this is McDavid's base card at 99 because in Hut, all cards end up being 99 if you're a superstar, even if you're a half superstar. I'm pretty sure this is this online versus ranking.
Yeah, always when they release the rankings, it's always the online versus. Hut
ranking
is usually
separate, lower. Yes,
it's like from 86 a guy that for McDavid.
From a guy that's been playing Hut since 14 or 13, I think, till I guess now. Like McDavid's base card's always 85. If he comes out with a 99 base card to start the game in Hut next year,
no, that's not gonna.
That's ridiculous. I don't think that's correct. Oil Stream OG.
Yeah, they make it so everyone starts fair in like the mid 80s where they're an okay
and then they work
team,
their way
and
up.
then you're going to be an outstanding.
Because if there's the 99 McDavid, the amount of people that are just going to buy packs off day one to get him, then he's going to be ridiculously overpowered. It's going to be
it's going to ruin it. It's pay to win sometimes.
Yeah,
especially
it definitely can't be. There's some news around Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors. I have down there's no evidence of Kawhi being funneled money from the Clippers owner. Coob, you're telling me right before the show.
Lots is going on.
It sounds like there's false reports of that now, and
yeah, this is big. So published by 3 writers on TSN currently. This is the headline. ESPN says NBA lacks proof. Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, paid Kawhi via sponsors. League says report has significant inaccuracies. So as I'm kind of brushing over this article, it's 11-month investigation. NBA apparently showing no evidence that there was any funneling of money. But NBA spokesman Mike Bass didn't respond to multiple requests for a comment last week. But apparently in a detailed email, he said ESPN's article regarding the LA Clippers investigation contains numerous and significant inaccuracies. The results in this matter will be made clear once the investigation is concluded. So very cloudy, very foggy of what's going on.
Still going on.
Probably going to be stretched out in some way. I'm sitting here. I don't know if he's going to be a Raptor by the start of training camp, man. Like
this is
Genie Bus was talking. Like they were looking to sign him,
right?
And they said, we're not doing this. Like they were asking for all these weird things, and this is illegal. So
there's just more. It's an absolute circus show right now going on there. And then the rest, I have Toronto traveling to Tampa. They're going to take on the Rays starting tomorrow, and then Vladdy. I mentioned earlier his last home run, Rogers Center, this day, 2025 in the regular season. He's had 333 plate appearances in that time frame. No home runs at Rogers Center. So let's see if he can get a home run out in Tampa. Coop, let's have some fun here with the Hall of Four.
Hall of Four. Hall of Four today.
Alrighty. Quite the sick intro there. I think Max crafted that one, but I got quite the fun wheel to spin here today. I'm pulling that up on the screen as we speak. So this is a very summer, very Coob kind of centric topic, as I mentioned earlier. Burger toppings, wing flavors, appetizers, non-alcoholic summer drinks, alcoholic bevies for the summer, and movie snacks. I'm not going to waste any of your guys' time.
All right, that's it.
Trying to spin this as soon as possible, and let's get this rolling. No, none of the sounds coming through, unfortunately,
but I like it though.
I don't know how long
I can
the wheel
debate some of these. I think.
Hopefully, it's not a 40-second wheel because we're having some fun. Wow. We were having some fun. Okay.
Oh my god!
How hard
this is
right off the tune on the gym. Jeez.
I may have set this for 40 seconds. This is not what we need. Right now.
We're almost there.
Wheel 30. I'm just gonna redo it. It's okay. 10 seconds. There we go.
10 seconds, please. Okay. Here.
No, this isn't that serious. Okay, we're having some fun with the spinning wheel on the Reid Wilkins Show, and it's gonna come in close. Oh my gosh! Appetizers, dead set.
Okay.
In the middle there. So the Hall of Four of appetizers. This is a wide ranging category.
It'll be interesting where you guys go. I wonder.
Okay, let me.
Garlic parm fries.
Oh,
come on.
Oh, okay.
There's so many good ones though.
Yeah.
And we almost got to do personal, but like, okay, if you're sitting around a group of buddies,
3 done right away, right off the top of my head.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Wings.
Yep.
Nachos.
Okay.
Breadsticks.
Ooh.
Those are the 3 off the top of my head.
Right.
Away.
You go to
right away.
Okay.
I have time for because I was Casino Dealer J asked if wings count. They do. They're usually, even though I treat them like they're a regular main dish.
Yeah.
They're an
they are an appetizer. I like the
bruschetta.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Spinach and artichoke dip. Absolutely unreal.
I'd
have to say
the
wings.
big steak. Like wings are probably the number one.
Yeah,
that'd be the goat.
Yeah,
nachos are pretty close to, and then it branches out a little bit. I think like a lot of times you'll see like ribs, like rib bites.
Oh yeah.
Right, steak bites, something like that.
Oh, that's my that would be my 4 on my personal one.
And then you know what I like is if they do have them as an appetizer, is just the sliders.
Yeah,
I had that sliders and fries on the weekend.
Yeah.
Sliders
Joaquin,
and fries.
I could do with the slide. So consensus on wings and nachos.
Consensus,
do we want to do
right
a vote
away
on some of the other one because we got nachos, potato skins, tons of different ones.
Yeah, so I'm fine with losing breadsticks on mine. Like I'm fine.
Okay.
But
chips and dip.
Yeah,
like if we did a basic chips and dip, I guess it's nachos.
That's pretty much nachos.
That's pretty much nachos.
Poop Stains asks, is Hernan still running? He might be.
He's always running.
He might be. No, that's why I'm filling in for him today. He's recovering from his marathon, which
half marathon.
Is half marathon. He acts like he ran a whole marathon. He only did half.
French fries.
He's finishing the other half today. That's but
running through our minds.
So wings, nachos. I like steak bites a lot, man.
I think
I could get with steak bites. So if I was with the group,
steak bites is 3. So do we want to have a vote for? We'll do a YouTube poll.
Yeah, let's do steak bites, and then what's on the poll?
Final one? What? So breadsticks,
bread, fries.
Or fries?
I think fries and people eat fries. Like,
yeah. Okay.
I mean, everyone in my group.
Well,
is
fries are my
always
favorite food of all time. So if that's the case, that might. I think that's my 4. But yeah, we'll have a poll.
Matzo sticks. Nobody's really saying matzo.
Oh well, yeah. I guess like.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not
a big matzo.
No,
matzo stick
I don't think I've ever ordered. I ate matzo sticks, but someone else usually orders them.
Yeah,
right. We could go with 2 for the vote.
Max Mazuzu says, he lays up perfectly. Every time the restaurant comes out with free bread as appetizers, I know I'm in for an awesome meal. That's exactly my thought too. Yeah. Like you're in for some good stuff.
So sticks and fries would be good enough as just the duo to go up for the poll.
Yeah,
don't you think?
Well, okay. Sorry. So
what's on the pool?
Yeah. So what? So
it'd be now we have wings, nachos, steak bites in our 3.
Those
we need to round up
those
the
are
4 in the Hall of 4, which
Okay.
is just breadsticks and fries.
Okay.
Pretty generic.
Let's
you do a lot.
Let's go sliders and potato
sliders.
Okay. Okay. We'll do that.
Okay. I'll get that up during the break.
Okay. Then
sweet.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll have that YouTube poll up. You guys can vote on that, and I think at the end of the show today, we'll crown our Hall of 4 there. Okay, on the other side of the break, Ian Harrison joining us from the Associate Press to talk about the Blue Jays. We'll dive deep into their playoff hopes and everything with him. You can text us some questions for him on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Tap 25 restaurants, $18.99 prime rib special, just $18.99. Available 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Available for dine-in and takeout. Not available on show nights. We're going to have Zachary Kubish with a sports update. Then a quick minute there for our sponsors. And then Ian Harrison on the other side of the break.
According to Sham Sharania of ESPN, the Bus family has decided to sell the remaining 17.8% ownership stake in the Los Angeles Lakers to new majority owners Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. In other NBA news, 26-year-old Malachi Smith has signed an undisclosed contract with the Raptors after playing 15 games recording over 8.3 rebounds and 3 assists with the Nets last season. To baseball, 11 games on tap today. Top of the 7th, Cardinals up 2-1 on the Reds for the lone game live currently. After that, we'll have an AL East tilt between Baltimore and Tampa Bay, who lead the division. Later on, the Sox and Cubs showdown in the Crosstown Classic. Meanwhile, in women's Olympic pre-qualifying action, Canada begins group stage play facing Senegal at 5:30 in the lone WNBA game. Wings and Valkyrie hit the court at 8. The Tempo back in action tomorrow against the Fever. To talk some Blue Jays baseball, Ian Harrison from the Associated Press checks in next here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The EST Hangout.
You're looking very sharp today.
No,
I agree. I'm wearing Crocs.
And he always does that.
Yeah. Well, you always look very sharp. Anytime I see you like doing a hit or anything, or when you've been in the studio here, you always look very fly.
No, when I know I'm going on camera, I make sure the night before what to wear, how I'm going to look, how to pull it off. Got to stay fresh and eat streaks.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense. At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences. Plus, all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom. And from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
.145 here on this Monday afternoon here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Zachary Kubish, Ben Thomson filling in for Hernan Salas here. We're about to have Ian Harrison on from the Associated Press to talk some Blue Jays. They've been highly entertaining the past little while here. They're making a really good push for the playoffs here. So we'll have Ian Harrison to join us here in just a few minutes. We got Jay Milne, co-host of the Green and Gold kickoff and post-game show on at 2:05 right after Ian's done to discuss the Edmonton Elks and everything. And we'll talk some Oilers later on in the show today. Ian Harrison will be joining us on the Oil Country Towing Hotline, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. Ian Harrison is on the Old Country Towing Hotline to talk some Blue Jays. Ian, how's it going?
Not too bad, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. We'll get into the Jays here in a second, Ian. But yesterday it was shown on the Sportsnet broadcast and all over Twitter. The guys there had quite the way to to decide their NFL fantasy draft order. So I got to ask, are you a fantasy football guy? If you are, what is there any drastic measures you guys have done to decide the draft order, anything like that?
I am not. This is only something I enjoy vicariously through the Blue Jays, who, as people may or may not know, they had various staff members, like assistant pitching coaches and whoever did. They have a large coaching staff, and so these guys all were clocked the highest speed off the mound at the stadium several hours before the game. The highest speed, I believe, was just over 90 miles an hour from the assistant pitching coach. Yeah, so pretty impressive stuff. Last year, I remember them dropping little like parachute soldier toys out of the roof of the stadium and trying to land them somewhere. So these guys go all out, but yeah, that is a world that I know I have no interest in. So they're just doing that stuff down on the field. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was on my drive home yesterday and saw everything on Twitter. Then throwing on the game, and they had Max Scherzer talking about it. It was that was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure Okamoto was got the first pick. He with the assistant pitching coach there helping him out. It looked like a lot of fun. So I mean, the Jays take 3 of 4 against Boston during the week. Go and play the Yankees. Take 2 of 3 on their way before heading out to Tampa now. I mean, this playoff race is really coming down to the wire here. Did you, after the trade deadline and all the moves they made, did you expect this? What's kind of been the vibe around the Jays, man? Was this something that you saw coming?
No, not quite. I mean, it was certainly, I think they did at the deadline what you thought they should do, which is move on the pending free agents that other teams had interest in, and then make a move that would help them, not just now, but more importantly, next year when they hope to that time to be competitive again, and landing Jose Soriano obviously did a lot for that. But yeah, the change in the feeler in the team, obviously, since a guy like Brett Bateman joined the lineup and what he's been able to deliver, you notice the kind of energy on the bases and plays in the field, and it has seemed a little infectious. The whole team just seems a little bit crisper. We've seen some really nice play on the infield, in the outfield, some remarkable throws from the outfield on the last road trip to cut down runners at home plate and so on. That part of the game, which had not really been operating at sort of full speed ahead for most of the season, suddenly seems to have clicked into gear here. Just sort of driven by that and by some excellent starting pitching and by some very good bullpen work, the Jays have started winning these close games. They're getting, the key hit when they need it more often. And those games that they were losing 3-1 or 4-2, they're now winning by those scorelines. So it hasn't been a massive turnaround from the offensive side, and that they haven't suddenly discovered their stroke en masse and started throwing up 5-6 runs a game. It's still a bit of a grind on the offensive side, but the pitching has been good enough, and the defense and the base running has all been tight enough, and that in this very mediocre American League, where the third wildcard position, you don't need even to have a winning record to get there right now, and now the Blue Jays have thrust themselves back into that messy mix, and certainly boosted the excitement around here a great deal.
Yeah, Ian, looking at the vibe of the crowd, I had an actual friend at one of the last games and said it was electric. Just going through, you win, you come on the winning end of 2 series, or taking most from the Sox and the Yankees. Now they got the Rays coming up. We were kind of doing some mental math and thinking, well, if the Jays were going to make this, they kind of have to play close to probably 700 ball moving forward. Do you think just with the emotional lift and, like you said, the good defensive play and pitching, can they keep this rolling against the Rays starting tomorrow night?
Yeah, that will be a big test. I mean, this whole stretch right now is sort of, shapes up as about as tough a test as they're going to get the rest of the way. So they've come through this first part here, the 7 home games against Boston and New York, with flying colors, obviously 5 wins out of those 7. But now it's at Tampa Bay and at New York. And then after that, it's just kind of a whole lot of, messy middle teams. Mm-hmm. But Tampa on the road Tampa anywhere has not been a great matchup for the Blue Jays this season, but it's been particularly bad in Tampa Bay, I believe. It's it's never really been a fun place for the Blue Jays to go down the years. A struggle always in Tampa, and the Rays are a very good home team this year as well. So they are 20 games over 500 at home. I think that's about as good as it gets in the American League, to be honest. So yeah, that's going to be a tough one for the Blue Jays. They will need everything they've had going for them and more to avoid a real letdown in Tampa this week. I think that even a sweep here, you wonder how your rivals around you are doing. I don't think it would be catastrophic. It would certainly be a big setback. You'd like to think that they could win 2 out of 3, but if it just so happens that it's only 1 out of 3, and maybe Jose Soriano, who starts tomorrow night, can get them that first one, then everything after that is maybe gravy. So, but after that, yeah, I mean, you've got Kansas City, Seattle, Cleveland, Kansas City again. They go away to face the A's. Baltimore, Detroit, Texas, Baltimore. All teams ahead on the schedule who are right around Toronto in this wild card mix, and a great chance to make hay against some teams who, let's be blunt, are not really very good.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the race right now in this mediocre division, if you want to call it that. There's been tons of tough storylines around the Blue Jays with Vladdy not getting his game going and all that stuff, and we'll get to that. But a huge bright spot for this team has been Dylan Cease. This guy has been fantastic. 200 plus strikeouts in the middle of August is a ridiculous stat. How important has he been for this Blue Jays team? I understand he's in a loss yesterday to the Yankees, but he held them to 1 run before he leaves the game. I just want to hear about your perspective on how Dylan Cease has really helped this team move along this season.
Yeah, and it's been at the right time too, really. Out of the gate, we didn't really see. I mean, there were some good starts early on in the season, but it wasn't. Right now we've kind of come to a place where we're expecting the kind of start that Dylan Cease turned in yesterday. Approaching or exceeding double-digit strikeouts, 6 or 7 innings, not very many runs or hits allowed. And it's been that way for a month plus, basically. Sort of, he had those couple of good starts up to, that was the one start on the road in San Francisco right before the All-Star game. Then John Schneider gave him that All-Star starting assignment, and you'd be forgiven for thinking it didn't maybe give Dylan Cease a little extra boost of confidence and kind of elevate him a little bit, because with, I think, one exception, pretty much every start since then, and unfortunately that start was against the Rays, but every start since then has been lights out. And yeah, it's truly remarkable. When you're putting yourself alongside strikeout marks in Toronto that Roger Clemens established, I think you're definitely doing something right, and right up there with Mizorowski too. The innings pitched are climbing back up. That little pause he had for the I think it was a calf injury or a leg injury that Cease had early in the season. It would be a real shame if the starts that he missed in that time end up costing him in the Cy Young race, because I mean, across the board, otherwise the numbers with Schlittler are so competitive. Obviously, Schlittler has a slight edge in ERA, but not so much that you would make him a clear favorite. So it's it's shaping up to be a great race. It would be great if they could go head to head, but even having them pitch here on back-to-back days this weekend was a real treat. Some excellent pitching performances, and just with Cease, as you say, if you're going to be a team ace, then you do it in the dog days of August and September, and you're going to make a whole lot of friends in the clubhouse.
Yeah. Ian Harrison joins us from the Associated Press talking Blue Jays. Ian, what's the status on Vladdy, and is he just waiting till possibly the postseason to start hitting home runs at home at Rogers?
Yeah, I don't know about the latter part. It's a 1 year exactly today since the last time he hit a home run. And I mean, for all the noise that is made about the lack of home runs at home, I mean, from my perspective, really, it's the home runs anywhere. He could go 0 for the season in Toronto, and if it's still only going to be 7 or 8 or whatever the heck it is total, like 1 or 2 home runs here isn't going to make anyone feel a whole lot better, I don't think. Obviously, at the moment, as a result of that collision with Yankee shortstop George Lombard the other night, Vladdy had feeling a headache after the game, and again the following morning on Saturday morning. So he went on the 7-day concussion IL. And yeah, you really hope that there isn't anything serious there. It was a very a pretty serious impact. Vladdy's had his helmet on at the time of the impact, and the impact dislodged his helmet. But it certainly looked as though his sort of forehead and face kind of collided right with the inner knee and thigh area,
like
lumbar.
UFC knee to the head, kind of.
Oh yeah, not a baseball play that you're expecting anyway. And I remember a not too dissimilar play happening years ago to Justin Morneau in a game in Toronto, and that ended up costing him months and months of time because of a concussion. And as you guys well know, the sort of diagnosis on these things is just so inexact. You could be fortunate and have symptoms that are gone in days or hours or whatever, and you could be very unfortunate and look at something that's weeks or possibly even months of pain and discomfort. And so you really hope that in a season that has been so much of a struggle for Vladdy, the last thing that he and the Blue Jays need is for him to spend a significant amount of time on the shelf now. Really, I think even though he hasn't been himself, I don't think that they can get into the postseason here without him. So you'd really like to see him come back in September and maybe turn into September like Bo Bichette did a couple years ago, where he basically rescued his season. So yeah, still some hopes for that.
Yeah, last one for you here, Ian. We have a text in from the River Cree Resort Casino inbox. Haji says, if they get in, do they regret dealing Gausman? And I'll partially modify that question. Do they regret getting rid of Gausman to get in, or are they happy they made that trade because they acquired Brett Bateman, who has been incredible for them since being a Blue Jay?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, if you didn't trade Gausman, would you have also not traded Varsho? And then is there an opportunity for Bateman? So it's a very layered question, obviously. I think ultimately, though, if the Jays had been where they are now at the deadline, or a little bit better even, they're probably buying exclusively and not selling. I'm not sure necessarily that they're buying Jose Soriano in that situation, but there's no reason to think that they wouldn't. And so, yeah, in that case, they probably are a better, deeper team at the end of the day. But yeah, I don't think that they have huge regrets about trading Kevin Gausman. Obviously a fantastic clubhouse citizen, a really respected guy, not just in Toronto, but around the league. The sort of underlying numbers on his performance were pretty good, but I feel like the sort of Kevin Gausman this season, as a guy early in the season, I was talking to some press box colleagues about, maybe the Jays need to try to sign this guy to a contract extension now. But the more the season dragged on, the less of a viable option that seemed. And you see the numbers with the Cubs, kind of reflecting similar performances. I think not quite the Kevin Gausman that we were used to seeing in years of old. Just a little, the father time. I think maybe on his doorstep. I know Max Scherzer has been trying to keep that door closed. But we'll see if he can, if Kevin Gausman can too. Because wherever he's pitching, I'm cheering for him. He's a great guy. Right. But yeah, I think. And you make a great point about Bateman. I really do think that the energy he's brought has been meaningful, and just given the Jays something that they didn't really have before. And Varsho, kind of like Gausman, seemed very much on the decline this year, and the addition of Bateman has really kind of restored something that the Jays were looking for. So, it's tough to really knock that one right now.
Ian, this was awesome. Thank you so much for hopping on. We'll have you along down the road. Hopefully with the Jays making the playoffs, we'll make another appearance here on the show. Thanks for the time, man.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.
You as well. That is Ian Harrison from the Associate Press talking some Blue Jays. On the other side of the break, we have Jay Milne, co-host of the Green and Gold kickoff and post-game show to talk some Elks. If you are wanting some more baseball action, don't miss the Edmonton Riverhawks Community Foundation Field of Dreams Festival, August 22nd at Remax Field. Hear stories from former Blue Jay and Edmonton trapper Devon White. Try your luck in the batting cage and learn how to throw a curveball from the pros. Proceeds from the festival go towards helping more local kids play the game they love. Once again, on the other side of the break, we'll have Koo with the sports update and Jay Milne talk some Elks. Here's the break.
The Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
I put down play of the year. I'm going to go with a play that did not result in a score. But this play really made me think you got to believe in this team. You got to watch right down to the wire. 3rd and 10 to TJ Luther.
Yes.
Keeping that game alive.
Yeah. And there was 4 defenders circling TJ Luther. It was a great throw from Cody.
The Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The second half is yours. Bring the energy and walk in your seat with our new 5-game season pass, because the best way to experience Elks football is being there when it happens. For every tackle, every catch, every touchdown. Plus, every pass comes with a $25 voucher, so you're covered before you even take your seat. Half season, full energy. Get your season pass at goelks.com. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
One moment, you're driving to work. The next, you're facing serious injuries, mounting paperwork, and insurance companies focused on their bottom line. That's where you want Rick Mallett and the team at Hammer Injury Law on your side. For more than 35 years, Rick...
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. Had a good day? It's time for happy hour. Bad day? Oof, happy hour. Boss said great job? Happy hour. Boss said let's circle back? Ugh, definitely happy hour. Got a promotion? Happy hour. Spilled coffee on your shirt 5 minutes after getting dressed? Ugh, happy hour. So whether you're celebrating or recovering, our happy hour starts at just $3.99. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
ESPN's Sham Charania has reported that the Buss family has agreed to sell the remaining 17.8% stake in the LA Clippers to new owners. New majority owners Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. For the Raptors, 26-year-old Malachi Smith has signed an undisclosed contract with Toronto after he averaged over 8 points in 15 games played with the Nets last season. To baseball, 11 games on tap, 1 game live, bottom 8th inning. Reds still trailing the Cardinals 2-1. After that, we have an AL East tilt between Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Rays leading the division. Later on, the Sox and Cubs showdown in the Crosstown Classic out in Chi-Town before the Dodgers and Rockies duke it out. And following a 3-game series with the Yankees, Blue Jays, they're in action against the Rays tomorrow on the road in the afternoon. Meanwhile, in women's Olympic pre-qualifying action, Canada begins group stage play as they face Senegal at 5:30. For the lone WNBA game, it's the Wings and Valkyrie hitting the court at 8 o'clock. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of the EST Afternoon starts right now.
Welcome back to the EST Afternoons with Joaquin Gage, Zachary Kubich, myself filling in for Hernan Salas. This is the second hour of the show. We are pleased to be joined by co-host of the Green and Gold Kickoff Show, Jason Milne. He's joining us in the William Huff Studios. If I can find the liner. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unimpaired custom service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, that's why they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-450-4536. We usually have guests on the Oil Country Towing Hotline, but you're joining us in studio, Jay. How was the trip? Let's get to that before the Elks.
Oh yeah, vacay was tops. It was great. Spent a little bit of time in. Now, what would you call that? Is that the interior?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the interior of British Columbia.
Because your Sycamoose is kind of on the. It's on the cusp of
northern tip of the interior.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I met some amazing people there. Turns out EST travels well, so it definitely paid off. It definitely paid off for me to have some EST gear with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we'll get more into it on the Reid Wilkins Show from 3 to 6. Zachary's going to be sitting in Gager's chair. So it'll be myself and Zach, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to be fired up about it. Met some really cool people. But yeah, it was great. Great time away. Just kind of chilled.
Yeah. Have you ever done like the houseboating thing?
No.
When you were younger?
No, I haven't. And Sycamoose is known as the houseboating capital of Canada. Yeah. So where we stayed, you'd see them coming and going at literally all hours of the day. Not at night, but during the daytime, because I believe at sunset they need to be docked.
Yeah.
But man, you saw a lot of very excited people. And when the people I met, the ESTers, would offer to take us and my family on their boat, which happened several times, we'd see them docked all around the shoe swap, and it was pretty cool. Very neat.
My wife and I, we kind of got married pretty quickly. We were together for a while, but we decided to do it real quickly. And my best man at the time was Dave. I go to my buddy Dave Cooper. I go, hey man. And so, you're asking your buddy to.
Oh, he's the guy that invented Cooperalls.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
And he goes. I go up to Dave. Gonna get married. I want you to be my best man. We're doing it on this day. And he looks at me and goes, Gager, you know well that I have a houseboating trip planned for that weekend. So I asked him to be my best man, and he was mad at me because I should have known that he had a houseboating trip planned for that. So he was at my wedding and then stayed for a bit. And then it was, see you later. He's gone. But it worked out.
The houseboating was very neat.
Yeah.
Cool lake. There's a restaurant in the middle of it.
Looking at all your pictures, it looks amazing.
Shark Shack.
Yeah.
It's a floating restaurant.
Oh, it's sweet.
So we went in there and had our $38 drinks.
Yeah.
Things ain't cheap on the high seas, fellas.
No.
They kind of got you when you board.
Yeah. That's why it's good to travel with your parents.
Yeah, right. I'm the parents in this relationship. But it was great. I've got some pictures I'm going to show on EST, on the Reid Wilkins Show, sorry. But I'm going to give a selfish plug for our show because we've got a jam-packed show coming up. I know Coob usually does, but one in particular guest, when I came back from the office into the office today and was seeing everybody, it was not, hey, welcome back. Hey, it was, what a game. What an upset. The Edmonton Wildcats went into what I would call Gordie Howe Bowl in Saskatoon and upset the last year's national championship Saskatoon Hilltops.
Really?
We will have the head coach of the Edmonton Wildcats, Kevin Cash Woodrich, joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show at 5:00. So you're going to want to stay tuned from that. I want to know, because here's the funny thing. The CJFL and the CFL have way, way further of a comparison than just one letter. The CFL actually has a stats page.
Oh, cool.
And if you think the CFL stats page is bad, go to the CJFL website. I have no idea. Like, I watched highlights of the game on Instagram. Like, I have no idea. So I want to talk to him and dive into this. And I got a fun fact.
Okay.
I'll give it to you now. I don't even know if their head coach, Kevin Woodrich, knows this, but the last time the Edmonton Wildcats defeated the Saskatoon Hilltops in Saskatoon at Gordie Howe Bowl, Kevin Woodrich was on that team.
Wow.
Really?
Kevin Woodrich caught the game-winning touchdown.
Oh, look at this.
How poetic is that?
That's awesome.
Great.
So we're going to get the full circle story from him. Anyways, you want to talk about a team that's here in the CFL, right? What a game.
I mean, awesome. Like, to me, I didn't get to catch the game, but I'm seeing, okay, halftime, low scoring affair, tight game. And then I check back later, and it's belt to ass for Elks over the Argos.
Yep.
So if you had to pinpoint it, obviously like the half meant something to them. What was?
I'm sorry. What did you say there? You said belt
to ass.
Belt to ass.
Belt to ass. You know how you get belt to ass, like
spanking.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That went right over my head.
Yeah. I'm like, geez, what is he getting into this?
Yeah. Jeez. Belt to ass.
Yeah, that's the saying.
Is that what the hip kids say when you get beat down?
I actually, I think they refer to it as BTA.
B2A.
Well, yeah, you can do that too.
Okay, yes, they got belt ass.
they got belt ass
for the record.
So what happened at halftime, dude? What was the biggest? What's the biggest story out of that game so far? Was it the defense coming up clutch for the Elks? Would you say that's the?
I would say there was two major storylines out of that game for me. Was that the Elks were favored to beat that team. The Elks, there were few questions raised. Ooh, are they going to start the slide now? Are the Elks going to start elking? And this was a statement game for them to say, no, we're fine. We played two really good football teams in Saskatchewan and Montreal and lost 2 games. They were supposed to beat that team, that Argonauts team. They beat them mercilessly. They B2A'd them out of Commonwealth Stadium. And then the second point was that the defense was simply spectacular. When you look at teams that win championships, they have the ability to win games they're supposed to. They have the ability to win tight games, and they have a championship caliber defense. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got news for you. This is a championship caliber team. This is a team that can absolutely contend for the Grey Cup. Absolutely. And you look at Maddie, and I know you guys were talking about it on the Hangout, but you look at some of the schedules upcoming. The Elks are through the hardest part of their schedule.
Yeah.
And they're sitting 7-2.
Some teams coming up have the hardest. I think it's
no further than BC and Winnipeg.
BC and Winnipeg have.
They've got Sask and Montreal in the sights.
Yeah.
So this is, the Elks continue to chew along. They've got Hamilton 2 times in the near future. And I say all you want about them and what they did. Saskatchewan played like ass, and Trey Ford did some Trey Ford things.
They didn't have a B.
Yeah, they were just A. Yeah. I don't think Saskatchewan had their best game. I think the Elks can go in and take both those games. They still get to see Toronto again, which, that defense made Chad Kelly, who's a pretty dynamic quarterback, made him look bad and made him, he makes questionable decisions. That's just his style. His team knows that. But it was nice to see that defense come through, turn over the ball. You got a player like JJ Ross, pick 6. Oh, by the way, he'll be on the Reid Wilkins Show.
How about that?
340.
How about that?
So we're going to get into more of that with him. It was just, that was a team that was a game that said to me, okay, this team is for real.
How important was it to see a team that, like, when you get up, like they were all gas, no break. Like that's what was kind of impressive to me. And should Dusty start looking at suites for EST in Calgary?
Oh, this would be so awesome.
The Grey Cup.
Yes, he should. Because, look, it's really between them, in my opinion. Now, BC Lions, sure, they're an outlier. I would hate to see them.
Yeah.
I would hate to see them, and hopefully it would be a crossover situation. But they can go wreck the East for a bit. But the BC Lions still do scare me, especially with a healthy Nathan Rourke. But you had mentioned it was 14-12 at half.
Yeah.
That is another sign of a team that says, okay, we've played around enough. We've, the dog or a cat, they play with their food for a bit. Now it's time to eat. All right. And they did. And the first play of the second half, what happened? Special teams turnover by the Elks, get the ball, boom. They didn't convert on that one, but as the game went on, the field just tilted more and more. And like I said, that's the ability and that's the awareness of a team that knows the direction they're heading together. You know, that's a unified team that can close out a game in impressive fashion like the Elks did.
What was Killam mad at the end of the game? Did you see him? Like I saw they panned to him. There was seconds left, and they actually got kind of a hot mic swearing. But I was wondering what he was angry at. Do you have any idea?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him that tomorrow.
Yeah,
right.
Mark Killam show coming up Tuesdays at 5. It could have been somebody doing something that is maybe inappropriate or maybe bad timing. It could have been, hey, Dinwiddie, you want to come and scowl at our bench last year in Toronto? Right. I know it's not the same staff entirely. Could have been a little message to that staff. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to ask that question, Joaquin.
Because to me,
well, Dinwiddie's done really good since that happened.
I was about to say. I mentioned on the hangout, first
he hasn't won a game, right?
14 straight losses since he's taunted in front of the Edmonton bench or the sideline there. Yeah, it was like
I'm waiting for him to fire himself.
Yes,
they're firing everybody else in Ottawa.
Fire himself as GM.
When's Dinwiddie going to take back a step at least?
Yeah,
just one thing. I don't know.
I remember watching that live last year, and I was like, I can't stand that guy. And then, sure enough, it's been 14 straight losses and goes to Ottawa. The tire fire there. I was very happy. Very happy to see that. So yeah, I'm curious to see what's going on there with Killam. So JJ Ross, he's joining you on the Reid Wilkins show.
Yeah.
I know the answer to this question I'm about to ask you, but because you've texted this in our group chat. Is he an Elk next year? Or is there a chance that he's getting the big call?
Well, you know what? And you could ask Ed Hervey this question, and Ed Hervey would say, I hope he does.
Yeah.
Because that's, you know what, if you've got a successful player in the CFL, they're going to get their shots. And guess what? It looks really good on your management when you've got team players turning over to go down to the US. It doesn't happen that often.
Right.
Okay. And it really depends on the player. You know, it depends on, like JJ Ross had a tryout with the Detroit Lions in 2024. Didn't go well, obviously, because the team didn't sign him. So then he signed with the Elks July of 2024, and he's had a real coming out party to which, I mean, he's only 25. Now, when you say only 25, you look at guys that are getting drafted into the NFL and they're 20, 21, 22. So there's that. He's not getting any younger. But this is a guy that plays that style. And I wanted to ask him about that specifically today is you play a very aggressive style. Like you'll see him tugging, but he gets away with it. He's a very elite cheating defender, which you have to be if you want to play a secondary, especially a cornerback at a professional level. So yeah, to answer your question, Benny, I would say yes, he has the talent to. Whether or not he wants to, and I mean, if they go out and they have unfinished business here this season, well, Cody Fajardo's coming back.
Yeah,
JJ Ross ain't going anywhere because these guys want to win the championship together. That's just what type of team it is. That's what Mark Killam and that organization has started.
And I understand Fajardo was pushed out of Montreal because Davis Alexander coming. But the fact that we're sitting here now and Fajardo has led this team to a 7-3 record, and he was the backup to start last year. I just want to hear did you ever think this was possible, Fajardo? Was he always a guy that was capable of doing this?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't think anybody would have predicted what's happened right now. I may have hinted at it. I didn't really think about Fajardo or Justin Rankin or Austin Mack or JJ Ross or Nick Anders. I thought of, okay, they've got the right guy at the top.
Right.
And that guy doesn't around. I know that.
Right.
Then they've got the second guy in Ed Hervey. Then they found their coach that knows how to get the most out of players. When that is in line, that is how you start building off of that. So Cody Fajardo was given the chance. And I mean, Reid and I have talked about it on our show. I think if Cody Fajardo is a starter week 1 as opposed to Trey Ford, that team makes the playoffs last year. Okay. It's just, there was a better It was a better locker room with Cody Fajardo as a starter.
Yep.
That's what I've understood, is that you know what it's like when you're out there and you're like, God, why is that guy in?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, why is that guy in when we've got Joaquin here?
Right.
Like, Joaquin should be our guy.
Right.
He's our guy. We play better in front of him. That happens in every sport. And that happens especially, at the quarterback position with a guy that is your leader on offense.
The one thing I'll say of what I witnessed at the start of last season was if you were to show a picture of, on the sidelines of the quarterbacks, because sometimes they get together, you wouldn't be able to tell Cody Fajardo now from when he was second. And like he was doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas Trey, obviously I understand it. In the NHL, I always played second fiddle. There's a part of you wants to get in there, but the enthusiasm on Trey Ford's side didn't seem to be at the level of Fajardo when he wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And so
I see that.
He's only got one gear. Right.
And it's go.
Yeah.
And it's go fast
yeah.
and hard. And you know what? That's a great point, Gager, because that would drive me nuts about like, get fired up.
Yeah.
It's not haha, woe is me. No. Cut that BS. Get fired up. Get the boys going. And when they didn't go for that
preparation yourself too.
Sure.
You can't go from,
well, you have to be a confident individual to be able to do that and pull it off and have your teammates say, oh, we got to get behind that guy and not, oh, here he goes again.
Right. Right. Jay, this is awesome. Good thing you have a 3-hour show coming up.
I'm here all week.
Yeah, let's go.
Try the veal, people.
Jay, thank you so much for joining us here in the William Huff studio. We are going to have to cut to a break, but on the other side of the break, Gage and I will be talking some Oilers here. If you have a question for Gager, text in on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Happy hour 525 drinks, all beers, including bottle and draft, import and domestic. Select premium highballs and select premium wine served at Tap 25, Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor. Available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. More on the other side of the break here, but first it's Zachary Kubish with the sports update.
ESPN's Sham Sharania has reported that the Buss family has agreed to sell the remaining 17.8% stake in the LA Lakers to new owners Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. Elsewhere, 26-year-old Malachi Smith has signed an undisclosed contract with the Raptors after he averaged over 8 points in 15 games with the Nets last season. Meanwhile, in Mexico, Canada begins their group stage play at the Women's Olympic pre-qualifying tournament with the tilt against Senegal at 5:30. And for the lone WNBA contest, the Wings and Valkyries hit the court at 8 o'clock with the tempo back in action tomorrow, playing host to the Fever. 11 games on tap, 1 game live in the majors right now, or just wrapping up, was the Reds defeating the Cardinals defeating the Reds 2-1. They wrap up their doubleheader at 4:40 later on today. After that, we're also on tap, the AL East leading Tampa Bay Rays take on Baltimore. Plus, the Sox and Cubs showdown in the Crosstown Classic out in Chi-Town with the Dodgers and Rockies squaring off as well. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. On the other side of the break, more with Ben Thomson and Joaquin Gage here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
One moment, you're driving to work. The next, you're facing serious injuries, mounting paperwork, and insurance companies focused on their bottom line. That's where you want Rick Mallett and the team at Hammer Injury Law on your side. For more than 35 years, Rick has helped injured Albertans stand up to insurance companies and pursue the compensation they deserve, with no legal fees unless your case is successful. Serious injuries need the Hammer. Call 1-855-98-HAMMER.
What's that number again?
1-855-98-HAMMER. Or learn more at hammerinjurylaw.ca. One moment, you're driving to work. The next, you're facing serious injuries, mounting paperwork, and insurance companies focused on their bottom line. That's where you want Rick Mallett and the team at Hammer Injury Law on your side. For more than 35 years, Rick
2:28 on this Monday afternoon. EST Afternoons, Joaquin Gage, Zachary Kubish, Ben Thomson filling in for Hernan Salas as he's recovering from his half marathon. Not full, half. I'm kidding, buddy.
Well, apparently it was more than a half marathon. They ran a little bit longer than they were supposed to.
We're already going to have to deal with that.
There's some controversy. I don't know. We'll see. We got about 30 minutes left here in the show. We got still the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay to end off the show. We have some ST discussion with some maybe the beauty list inductees. Maybe we'll discuss that in the final segment. But first we got Mixing It Up, which we'll talk about some Oilers stuff here with Joaquin Gage. You want to listen to me try to pronounce some of these wine bottles here?
Sure. Let's hear it, Danny.
Mix It Up is brought to you by Adega de Favaiux, the iconic producer of Moscatel de Favaiux, one of Portugal's most celebrated fortified wines, hand-harvested grapes from the high altitude vineyards in the Douro region. Generations of winemaking expertise, blending tradition with modern precision. Available at your liquor store, and if it isn't, ask for Moscatel de Favaiux. Please enjoy responsibly. How was that? That was close.
That was pretty good. Moscatel de Favaiux. There we go. You kind of had a little of a Borat. The
Favaiux.
This one is one of the, I think this is the higher end one. This is the Douro Doc Reserva. Ooh. We had the other one 2 weeks ago. And then Hernan goes, because he runs, said he wasn't partaking in any alcoholic beverages, so I couldn't try this one. So we'll probably... Well, he's probably knee deep in the stuff right now.
For
That's
sure.
why he's not here.
Easily.
So, bathing in red wine.
Slosh. Yeah.
So we'll try that this week, but we're looking forward to it. I was pleasantly surprised by the other one.
Sweet. Yeah. I tried wine for the first time last week.
Really?
Before I left on Tuesday. Yeah, I tried white wine at...
Do you remember what kind of white wine?
No, I can't remember. My friend ordered it. I was like, all right, whatever. Tried wine for the first time. And I liked it. I tried a little bit of red wine too. I appreciate it. I definitely understand. It's not one of those things where you down it right away. It's a little sip and you enjoy it. So felt cool. I was kind of like, that was.
Really?
You get the spin a little bit. Whatever that is. I know. Incredible. I'm learning.
It's amazing.
Okay. Well, it'd be wrong for me to host my first ever show and not talk about Oilers. Okay. You're listening to the producer of the Oilers Stream pre and post game show this year, and you're listening to the game analyst of the pre and post game show this year with Joaquin Gage. Gager, I have a couple questions. The first couple are goalie related, and then we'll branch out and see if we have time for that. But I saw this question get floated online over the weekend, and I originally had a first thought answer. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's this guy, not any question. But then I thought about it. I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe it's not the case. Gager, if at the end of the 84-game season, who played the most games for the Edmonton Oilers in between the pipes this year? Who do you think it is?
Oh, who's going to play the most? I'm going to say it's probably going to be Jari.
You see? That's funny.
But what's the reason? What's your reasoning why he would play the most?
Well, no. So I originally thought Frederik Andersen.
Yeah.
Because he's here. He just won a Stanley Cup. He's going to, if I had to guess, he's going to be the guy. And I don't have a whole lot of faith in Tristan Jarry right now. But then I was starting to think, and I'm starting to see answers. I'm like, it actually might be Tristan Jarry. Just because of, one, the health reasons for Frederik Andersen.
That's got to be the number one.
That's got to be the big thing here. And apparently, he's a guy that needs breaks and stuff. Tristan Jarry, if he's playing the most games for the Oilers in between the pipes, that's got to mean he is at least improved from last season, no? You can't have the same Tristan Jarry you had in the final 20 games there.
Look, I'm not saying it's going to be like a 20-game spread.
No.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit more evened out. Like they said, they're going to keep 3, right? So this is really interesting. But you mentioned it. The health is one thing. Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who starts game 85?
that was my brag. Okay, so I think ideally when everyone's healthy, because here's the thing: if Tristan Jarry played the majority of the games this year in the regular season, it probably means he's better. And I wonder what a better Tristan Jarry looks like in between the pipes. I'm still going to stick with Frederik Andersen's going to be your game 1 starter of the playoffs.
Right now, yes. I think that's how it goes. Like, and I don't know if this is a question, but what has to happen for Levi to get in there?
That's another thing. He's a dark horse, man.
I think this lines up really well for Devin Levi.
Yeah.
And the reasoning is he's coming in with a chip on his shoulder as the third guy, kind of in a sense, right? And you're kind of playing with house money. Jarry has to improve. Freddie has to show that he's a number one still that can help a team and carry a team through the playoffs.
Right.
Levi can come in and just play. That's all you have to do. Sometimes without a lot of pressure or anything.
Right.
I like how you mentioned that could be a dark horse, because I think this lines up perfectly for him to maybe at a portion of the season to grab the ball and run with it.
Right, because so Frederik Andersen, injury-prone guy, but also needs his breaks. Tristan Jarry hasn't been the healthiest goalie in the NHL as well. So there is going to be, you don't hope that Levi is thrusted into a role, but you would think there's going to be opportunity for Devin Levi to show what he's got. Ryan the Pine says in the Nasty Chat that's safe Freddie for the run. I mean, obviously it'll come down to how they're doing in the regular season, of course. But Mike, the Michigan fan in the River Cree Resort Casino inbox says, with the 3 goalie system, how many games are they playing? Jarry 40, Andersen 30, Levi 14. Does that kind of sound like what you would think?
I wonder if they'd try to go equal with it. I mean, if you're looking at injury prone, like you said, like a 3 goalie rotation isn't completely out of the realm of possibility.
Right.
So a guy's looking at, I'm playing whatever or they'll obviously talk to everyone and the goalie coaches, and maybe they'll have it all laid out, but maybe it's 2 here for this guy, 2 there, 3 there for that guy, and have it. But the other thing I thought about, just to keep everyone fresh, and if you are worried about injuries, and they could happen just playing 1 game or not, but if they just go 1-1-1 and keep rolling that way.
What's so bad about that, right?
I mean, you're staying fresh, you're keeping the competitive nature of it in. A guy goes in and wins, the next guy, I got to get in there. I got to win too. So there's something to that too. I'm fascinated by it. I hate it.
Right.
Like, I won't lie, it sucks.
Right.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But look, it's
this is the situation they're in.
Yeah,
right.
It's funny because Babcock's always had really good goaltenders.
Yes.
You know, like even when Freddie was, and that's another thing. Coaches tend to go with, if they know someone or know what they're capable of,
Right.
they tend to lean on them a little bit more.
Yes.
So I could see Freddie Anderson taking the bulk of the games at the beginning just because he's had a prior relationship.
Right. And so you're reading my mind, because my next question was like, so from when you were playing, and if you had a guess of what's going on with the Oilers now, like how much of that goalie and coach relationship, plays into your starts? Like, did you ever feel there was a coach that you felt most comfortable with, like, or was there a coach that was, okay, I'm gonna leave the goalies for the goalie coaches, like just kind of let them be? Like, how do you think Mike Babcock is with his goalies?
It was different when I played a little bit. Like you build that relationship with a coach, right? So you start out the season. One season I didn't start well at all, but then through the preseason and stuff, and then I got going. And it seemed like the coach told me at the beginning of the year, I wanted to get rid of you. I thought this wasn't going to work.
Right.
And then regular season started and everything was fine. But that's something that you build, I think. And there's a look you get from the coach when you just, he trusts me. I know I'm in and stuff. And those were the types of relationships that I had. And I appreciated those. Most of the time, you talk to them a little bit, but not much.
Right.
Like I barely talk to my head coach.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just you kind of, they're more dealing with the
good morning.
scares. Yeah.
You're going.
Yeah.
Good game. Pull your head out of your bum. That
that type of stuff.
That's it.
Yeah. So you were closer with your goalie coaches more, you would say?
Well, I didn't have goalie coaches till later on in my career.
Right.
So it was, head coach would say you're in or nothing. And that very little communication between, I guess I would talk more to like assistant coaches to a point where, but that was more situational, and most likely we were talking about defensive structure and PKing and what we're trying to do and stuff, which I didn't have a lot of input in, but just kind of, if we're doing that,
it helps you prepare.
It would be situational against certain teams that maybe had a different type of power play. So we were trying, but that's it.
Because I remember you talking about how, I think it was, or maybe it wasn't you talking, something about like how, I think it was Jason Smith mentioning it, where like the communication with, it was Rolly. It was Rolly on this show talking about, Jason Smith was talking about, okay, blocking shots, they take the bottom half of the net and the goalie's responsible for the top half, like stuff like that, like that relationship between your defense.
Yeah, like that was the big thing. Like I told guys, just get out of the way. Just find out if you can seal off a guy, whatever. But let me see it and let me try to get in the way. I didn't like guys going down to block shots unless they were like a foot away from the puck.
Yeah.
Anytime there was distance, you just made yourself so much bigger and so much harder to locate it.
Right.
That I don't want to get into a hope situation that it hits me.
Right.
I'd rather have a clean look and get myself in a good enough position to hopefully stop it. But also if there was some sort of deflection, or make myself big enough to get in the way of it too.
Yeah. That's like, I think you see that now, and I understand people are like, they pick on Bouchard because he gets out of the way and stuff. But sometimes I feel like it's like he's trying to do that so the goalie can see the puck.
The goalie's paid, they're millions of dollars to stop the puck. Why am I getting in the way?
Right. Exactly. I'll go take this guy.
Like I always felt, Darnell Nurse blocked a lot of shots.
Yeah.
But I found that when he was effective, obviously when he's reading the play and getting close to the where the shot's coming from.
Right.
But when you get in the murky middle or in between, and you're causing more problems than you're helping.
The mental side of that, just it screws with the goalie, screws with the defense, all that stuff. Max Mazuzu in the Nash chat says Jari's low danger save percentage the last 3 years in Pittsburgh was a 9.72, then went down to a 9.42 in the with the Oilers. Part of me thinks / hopes last year it was an anomaly for Jari.
Well, we've all probably seen the Babcock little shorts of how he talks about the defensive structure of the team. And one thing I took from what he said was, we're going to, when we get into camp, we're going to have to look at what was successful. How do you, in today's NHL, what's going to make us successful defensively, and how we're going to implement that in all three zones. Right. So that's very curious to see how they're going to play, because what that tells me is a very disciplined offensive zone structure without the puck, and how they're going to play. So they're limiting the chances already, 200 feet from their net, which, I mean, that's, if that's the case, then you're eliminating a lot of good chances. I think the Oilers weren't that great off the rush last year, or last few years anyways. So it's going to be a fascinating season, that's for sure.
I can't wait to work pre and post for this year. Like there's so much to talk about, and just so many storylines to follow, like just from everything from, I mean, it starts at the top with Mike Babcock, but you got the goaltending carousel. You got the young guys. Are they going to step up? Like, what kind of holes are the Oilers going to have? Is this system going to work out? All that stuff.
And who's going to be good in the league too? Like,
that just, too.
Like what is it? Marchand's out for the next 2.
Yeah, like it sounds like he won't start the season.
That's a huge hole, man. I know he's old as rope, but what did he have?
Seriously.
Like 25 goals last year?
Yeah, 27 goals, 27 assists in 52 games, so 54 points.
That's a damn player.
That is so elite for a guy of his age to still be able to do. And he's not usually playing with the top guys.
Yeah, and he's their secondary guy with Matthew Tkachuk and
he was playing when they won that Stanley Cup. He was third line with Lundell and Luostarinen. Like
he could have won the Conn Smythe, right? Like, or he was maybe not win, but definitely
he was right there,
conversation.
He was clutch. That was awesome. Thank you so much for that, Gager. We'll have to take a short time out, but portions of this hour are brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Make your afternoons better at the Canadian Brew House. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $3.99. See you at the Canadian Brewhouse. On the other side of the break, we got some SD discussion, some beauty list inductees, and then the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay to end off my first ever hosting gig here on EST Afternoons. But before that, it's Zachary Kubish with a sports update.
ESPN's Sham Sharani has reported that the Buspat family has agreed to sell the remaining 17.8% stake in the Lakers to new majority owners, Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. In other news, 26-year-old Malachi Smith has signed an undisclosed contract with the Raptors. He averaged over 8 points in 15 games played for the Nets last season. And from Guadalajara, Mexico, Canada kicks off group stage action at Women's Olympic pre-qualifying tournament with a tilt against Senegal at 5:30. Canada undefeated against Senegal at 4-0 all time. For the lone WNBA contest, Wings and Valkyrie hit the court at 8. The Tempo back in action tomorrow, playing host to the Fever. In baseball, 11 games were on tap today. 1 game wrapped up. The next matchup, we see the Orioles challenging the AL East leading Tampa Bay Rays. Marlins, Phillies also in action. Tigers, Pirates locking horns. Braves, Twins battling as well with the Dodgers and Rockies in action. The final segment of EST Afternoons here after the break on Edmonton Sports Talk. Can't forget this sports update is brought to you by Capital Care Foundation. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience right on the turf at Commonwealth Stadium. The Feast on the Field goes August 19th. To help raise funds for programs, equipment, and enhancements for those across Capital Care communities. Get your tickets now at capitalcareffoundation.net. More with Ben Thomson, Joaquin Gage on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
One moment, you're driving to work. The next, you're facing serious injuries, mounting paperwork, and insurance companies focused on their bottom line. That's where you want Rick Mallett and the team at Hammer Injury Law on your side. For more than 35 years, Rick has helped injured Albertans stand up to insurance companies and pursue the compensation they deserve, with no legal fees unless your case is successful. Serious injuries need the hammer. Call 1-855-98-HAMMER.
What's that number again?
1-855-98-HAMMER. Or learn more at hammerinjurylaw.ca.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Wednesdays just got saucier at Mr. Mike's. It's Wing Wednesday, every Wednesday from 4 p.m. till close. Get 10 wings for just $10, or go big with the Wings and Frings platter for $19.98. Wash it all down with $7 steins of Antler Ale or Bighorn Lager, because wings were never meant to fly solo. Add fries, onion rings, or lodge chips for $4.99, because wings deserve a wingman. Great wings, cold beer, Wednesdays done right. Dine in only at participating Mr. Mike's locations. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually.
Celebrate 50 years of the Toronto Blue Jays with Sentinel Storage. Enter for your chance to win the ultimate Jays collection of memorabilia. Visit bluejays.com/Sentinel Storage contest to enter and see full contest rules. Sentinel Storage, official storage provider of the Toronto Blue Jays.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
It's the weekend, the sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going, rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on, always, all day, all weekend, all summer. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Final segment of EST Afternoons with Joaquin Gage, Zachary Kubish, and myself, Ben Thomson, filling in for Hernan Salas. We did Hall of Four earlier in the show, Zach. We did a YouTube poll, and the results are in. What are our Hall of Four?
Yeah, results are in, as you said. We had our top three: wings, nachos, steak bites, and on the poll we had breadsticks, fries, sliders, and potato skins. I actually think I forgot the sliders on that poll, but doesn't matter. 39% potato skins.
So are those like cactus cuts? Are they
usually they're like a
thing?
potato cut with like chives and bacon bits.
Oh,
they're already baked with cheese on them, right?
Okay.
So they're like big, huge chips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I maybe I'm starting to I'm trying to think of
cactus cuts are just like chips, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
these are like loaded potatoes.
Cactus cuts are spicy.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to BP's, I get the triple play and I ask for fries instead of cactus cuts. The BP's at 170 gets it done for you.
Just a delicate guy.
I'm a Dusty Junior. I was gonna say. Okay, let's before we do the screw it, let's do a parlay. Let's talk some Estes. The Estes is presented by Mr. Mike's. If I can find the liner here, jeez. The it was announced earlier on the Hangout today that Josh Clausen's be hosting the ESTs presented by Mr. Mike. So how about that for a host? Wednesdays just got saucier at Mr. Mike's. It's Wing Wednesday every Wednesday from 4 p.m. till close. Get 10 wings for just $10 or go big with the wings and frings platter for $19.98. Dine in only. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually. Okay, so today for the SC discussion, the ST is going down September 15th at the Varscona. It is the SD Beautyless inductee discussion. I mean, there's some pretty good ones here. I know we were talking a little bit on the Hangout earlier with Fergie being one of them. I mean, he hosts us at the St. Albert Rugby Club, which I mean, it's a fantastic night for the Nasty Batch there. I mean, today he showed up.
He was
the office.
in studio.
He was in the studio today giving a fish fillet for LTE before.
Yeah. Well, he was complaining that there was no fish at the rugby club. He tried to bring it in last week. Just missed Eric and came by once again to try and deliver another one. He sat by, had a great conversation. Great dude to talk to. What about VR Montenegro? This guy moved out.
Yeah.
Way out of the province. And this guy
still shows up.
He still shows up to events, man. Absolute beauty. Like there's some competition here. This could be next.
This is good too. I mean, I like Max Bazuza too, man. I know he's in the Nasty Chat. I wouldn't mind Max getting.
He brought an ice cream cake, an ube ice cream cake here, which was phenomenal.
When was that?
Don't have to pay us to,
but
great guy to talk to.
We do take
great
bribery.
in the chat too.
We do take bribery.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good ones here. Who got inducted at the Estes last year? Was that Tube Socks?
Oh.
Tube Socks, I think, was the first induction, Beautyless induction, year. And then Corey B.
Was it Corey B?
He got an Edmonton Sports Talk tattoo, and then ended up getting Reid Wilkins' face on his thigh. He has a tattoo of Reid Wilkins on his body.
That's our nasties for you, baby. Yep. That's our nasties. So yeah, there you go. There's the SDs presented by Mr. Mike's going down September 15th. Get your tickets now. EdmontonSportsTalk.com. You can go get them right now. It's selling out pretty quick, so go get your tickets now. All right, well, 3 minutes left of the show. I don't see the music on my board.
I got it here.
All right, thank you. Let's do this. The Screw It, Let's Do It parlay presented by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into the supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. If you gamble, use your game sense. All right, well, we got to go around the horn here. Let's see if we can get a win here before Hernan Salas takes over the EST Afternoon airwaves tomorrow, recovering from his half
marathon.
Keyword half. Kidding. Love you, Hernan. Okay. I'm going to the MLB today. Okay. I'll lead us off. No pun intended. I'll lead us off with let's keep this easy, okay? Like this is Dodgers in Colorado. I'm taking Dodgers money line.
Boom. Okay.
As simple as that. Okay.
All right.
I am starting us off very easily
with the LAD. Okay. I'm looking Canada. Okay. Olympic pre-qualifying action in FIBA. It's Canada against Senegal. 4-0 Canada. Their record head-to-head against Senegal. You can't even bet the money line. It's plus 1330 for Senegal victory. The spread is available at minus 21.5. I'm going to hammer that. That's minus 130 on the spread, which is set at minus
21.5 for
lots of numbers for Canada against Senegal.
Okay.
Yes, very odd. But I believe in the
and what was this?
Women. This is international basketball.
Okay.
Olympic tournament women's pre-qualifying.
Okay. Gator?
Well, we're going to go to Cincinnati, where the WTA is, the USA Women's Singles is going on.
Oh.
Where Irina Celeblanka is facing Xinyu Wang, I believe. I'm going to go with total games in match. We're going to go under 17.5. So
17.5 in the what is this again? Sorry, the
Cincinnati Open, the WTA women's tennis. Irina Sabalenka is under 17.5 games.
Okay.
She
All right,
should roll.
We'll
And
go.
you said easy.
Yeah. Well, I started off easy.
Well,
you guys
that's
went.
easy.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a for sure
All
thing.
right. Okay. We'll put that together on Play Alberta and get that up there. That's the screw it. Let's do it parlay. Fellas, that's it for EST Afternoons. That was my first time hosting. Thanks, guys. You guys made it very easy. Thank you. Did
an amazing job.
Next up on EST is the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne, Zachary Kubish behind the main desk here, and then Brett and Eric working the ones and twos. You guys have JJ Ross and some other guests on.
Greg Bell to talk some Seahawks for sure. Yep.
Incredible.
And Edmonton Wildcats discussion.
What an upset
of the weekend.
What an upset. And if you haven't yet, make sure go get your SC tickets. 114 sold according to Big Uke. So shout out Big Uke for the stats there. That's gonna do it for EST Afternoons for Joaquin Gage, Zachary Kubish. I'm Ben Thomson. Take it easy.